This time-lapse film was taken of a man during the course of a fitful, refreshing sleep. Note how active the body is even in a slumber.
Need to stop. Need to get to sleep. Just stop thinking. Relaxation exercises. Sleep. Brain circling. Just a fleeting bird. Can't sleep. Sleep. Ram. Sleep. Friday. Just relax. Friday. I gotta sleep.
You could hear the tap, tap, tapping of the furnace ducts as warm air passed through, causing them to expand. He used to be frightened by those sounds. He thought of evil little men with picks trying to bust their way out, and while Mom could comfort and try to explain away, the image of the little men was never dispelled. He had prayed the pipe would hold them. He slept in just his ginch. He liked that word, ginch. One syllable. He liked the feeling of slipping between cool sheets, feeling them embrace the whole of his body. The smooth, cool cloth sailing across his skin. Almost like swimming. That was one of the few things at school he was into. As far as phys ed activities went, it was certainly better than running laps and wrestling. Especially wrestling.
I don't like being that close to other guys. Having their hands all over me. Grabbing and pulling and pushing. Sweating. Pinching. Grunting. So close I can smell my opponent. Feel his body against mine. I have to get him off. I have two choices. I can get good so I can win in a flash, or I could stay the same and lose quickly. It's all about who I'm wrestling. With Mark Nezkig, it's easier to just put on a minimal show for face and then lose. Mark was well built, had a man's body with muscles everywhere. Good looking too. Or so I've been told by more than one person. Every time we'd work out on the trampoline, he would wait until the last possible moment to tuck his head in. And every time, I hoped his neck would break. Show off prick. I can beat Mark swimming though. He's good, but not as good as me. I am the best. People sometimes ask me why I like swimming. It's mixed. Boys and girls. Young men and young women. One in particular. Joe. Sounded like a boy's name. Weird, since she was the most luscious girl in the school. All the guys wanted to make it with her. She wore a one-piece suit of burgundy that was tight, as if she were nude. Nude and burgundy. She was talked about in the locker room, fantasized about, every part of her anatomy itemized, except her eyes. I do not know how they could be overlooked. The body belongs to the eyes. If God had to reflect the sum of all that she was in just her eyes, he'd done a good job.
It's going okay.
When he looked at Joe, she didn't look away. She didn't giggle. She didn't stare. She held his glance, almost a challenge, almost an invitation to accept that challenge, to simply talk to her, or perhaps more. He had an erection again. He didn't want to jerk off. It was a sin, and as uncool as sin and church and all that was, he still believed in it. He was sure none of the guys he liked or respected did it, though John had surprised him. Some guys caught him stupidly at it in the can. Thereafter, his life was made hell. He was beat up, ostracized, and given the name Johnny Jerkoff. He didn't know John anymore. Didn't associate with him.
I wrote a poem for her, to Joe, to her eyes. Although she was shorter than me, I felt like I had to reach a very long distance to place it in her hand.
What's this?
A poem.
Should I read it now?
No, later.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Maybe you'd like to... That is, I'm going to the dance on Friday, and I thought maybe you would like to escort me, if you don't already have plans, if you'd like to come with me.
Depends.
On what?
Whether or not I like the poem.
Need to stop thinking about her. What if she says no? That would hurt, but that would be it. What if she says yes? A whole new world of what ifs. Need to think. Less sleep. What do I do? I bet Mark knows. What to expect? How to react? But it's only a dance. She'll go home after. I'll go home. Try to sleep. Toss and turn. What if she doesn't want to go home? What if she wants to go somewhere after the dance? I could walk her outside, we'd talk, and then... I'd need a car. Dad's car. No, a van. John's van, that would be perfect. But it would mean talking to John. Maybe an apology. No, that's not a good idea right now. But the van. Some blankets. I could pay one of the 12th graders to bootleg a bottle of wine or something. The tape deck playing. Kissing. Touching. Undoing her shirt. I hope she's not wearing a bra. Is it difficult? What if I fumble? I'll manage. Somehow. And finally, Actually seeing those breasts? Those nipples for real?
He'd lost more sleep tossing and turning over her than he had lost even for the other things in his life. His friends.
Hey, what's up, Johnny?
His parents.
Why didn't you pay this? I told you to pay this. You're so stupid.
Don't you call me stupid. Don't you ever call me stupid.
His closet. It hurt. Whenever he was in school, his stomach was upset. Everything about the place filled him with anxiety. It wasn't his place. Not a place he would ever have chosen to be. But every weekday he had to go there. But if he didn't go, and he didn't get those grades up, he would end up as a janitor. One of those sad-looking guys who mop the cafeteria floor. No university, no degree. A busboy. A bum. And he'd be lonely his entire life. He closed his eyes and thought about her. Her eyes, her smile, her breasts, her stomach, her... everything about her.
Sorry.
If tonight they'd made a time-lapse film of him, they wouldn't even be able to make out a human figure. It would just be a blur of motion.
Kelvin, girls, Ren,
Playboys,
Deoxyribonucleic acid, the play, data
girls,
down here?
Coastline,
SAT, tangent, sat, ren,
John,
sat,
sorry.
girls, SAT, snatch, strike,
Do you not recognize me?
You're the boogeyman.
Yes. I've come to say goodbye.
Goodbye? Why?
It is time for me to go. That is all.
You can stay, I don't mind.
If you had cried out, "Go, please leave me alone, I'm afraid of you," then perhaps I could stay. Surely you must see that there's no place for me now in your life. I cannot compete with your new fears. They are far stronger than I.
No, wait, I am afraid of you. Really, I am. I'm afraid. Wait, will I ever see you again?
When your child cries out in the night, and you go to him, you may see me reflected in his eyes. You will hush him and comfort him and tell him that I'm not real, but you will not tell him what is real. You will fear for your child in silence, and he will never see you cry. Sweet dreams.
No! Please, wait, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Please come back. I need you. I really am afraid.
The tapping of the furnace started up again. But it was just the tapping of the furnace. He could imagine faces in the shadows of the closet, but they were just a trick of light on cloth. He dropped his arm by his bedside. His fingertips brushed the floor.
Take my hand. Please take my hand.